Hello and welcome to Pocket Gamer Not Busy's YouTube channel. I'm Jon Jordan, and the game we're looking at today is Kabam's Marvel Contest of Champions. So it's a game that's been out for a while, over a year now. It's been pretty successful. So Kabam famously said it was their fastest game to $100 million of revenue, free-to-play mobile. But there's one thing, I've been playing it for a while, and as you play games for a while, as in months and months and months, there's a few things that kind of start to become kind of clearer to you than when you play them at the beginning. So there's one thing that is, I think, kind of fundamental to how the game is, but another which is fine. But another thing, which is a bigger problem, I think, that you find as you play over time, and particularly as other games come in. So the other games I've been playing a lot at the moment are Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I guess like everyone else, Clash Royale, and also another Marvel game, Marvel Alliance, Avengers Alliance 2. Get it right, okay. But anyway, let's go and check out the PvP mode in this game. So it's kind of an interesting game. There's a story mode, so that's kind of where you go and do the kind of the single player type stuff, and you play different play against different characters, and you kind of there's a kind of not necessarily a heavy puzzle element to it, but some kind of puzzly tactical elements in terms of what you're doing on those missions and kind of what you're earning. There's the events quests, which are kind of you can see that they're timed events quests. So you've got an in-progress one down there, and there we can kind of pick up some more interesting items, so in this case catalysts. So, but then there's the versus mode we're talking about today. So I'm not in Alliance, you can see that's the other mode you can see on the far right, but let's go versus. So in a sense this is kind of the where we're kind of where kind of mobile games are going at the moment. So I guess particularly with Clash Royale, although this game has come out before then, PvP is something that people like, or it has appeal to us. We like playing against other people. We are social animals. So let's do a quick match just to show you what it looks like, so you can see the gameplay. So these are all my champions. Let's choose Iron Fist. Drop him in there. So it's just going to do like a matchmake for me. So this is me. I've had 132 battles, lost 18. This guy's done 6 battles, lost 1. So I should be more experienced, at least in this versus mode. So my finger will go over the camera for a little bit here, because it's a beat 'em up type game, which is interesting for a free-to-play game that has that kind of gameplay. So here we go. There's me and there's him. So we're just going to move around. It's kind of fairly simple. There's kind of blocks. There's heavy moves. There's kind of strong moves. There's light moves. So I'm just comboing light moves at the moment. As you can see, his health bar's going down. I've got an extra. He's blocking there. Still taking some damage now. He's going to whack back with his sword. So like a lot of PvP modes, it's kind of pretends it's synchronous. I won that fairly easily. It's not really. Obviously, I'm not playing against another player who's playing in the same way. So there's some sort of ghosting going on, or quite how the AI works, how it picks up the AI of the other player. I don't know, but it's not PvP in the same way that Clash Royale is, or at least I can't see that that's the case. So what happened there? So I played that game. I won it. Now the kind of meta game for this Contest of Champions is built around crystals. So you can see a whole bunch of crystals there. Different type of crystals you get. Let's quickly go through these. So depending on what you do, so there's this one here guaranteed. So for that one, I need 100, or I need, there's a certain currency that I've not got enough of for that, so I can't do those. And in fact, this game gives you a lot of kind of champions anyway, so it doesn't necessarily unlocking more champions isn't necessarily that useful unless there's a particular one you want. So there's one with arena crystals. So you have battle chips. Have I got any battle chips? I haven't got enough battle chips. I have to play versus to get battle chips. Okay. But I played a lot of versus, so let's go and get our rewards for that. So here we go, versus crystals. So this is what's found in quick match. As you can see, I've been playing this a lot. I've got 47 unopened crystals. So one weird thing actually you do is this is where the crystals come. You unlock them in this kind of arena thing. So there we go. I've got 47 there. I can only open 10 at one time, which seems to me a bit odd. And you can see, so that's 10 crystals. You don't actually win very much. It's really, you win some gold, which is the soft currency. You win that other kind of currency which we were talking about before. I've got some energy there, but really the kind of this being one of the core gameplay loops, you actually win very little. I opened 47 crystals then, and I got very little. So we can go back to see actually what I would get out. So I got some gold, I got some energy, which I got enough of anyway. So I got battle chips, so that was what I won there. I got enough battle chips, I got this crystal, I can open that one, and I won some more gold. So it's kind of interesting, not interesting that necessarily that Kabam has chosen this, because obviously what they know people are going to play the PvP a lot, and they're going to open crystal on something that's not really useful, really a health unit. So the thing that actually people want, obviously, is the premium crystals to get more heroes, or there's a catalyst you need to level them up. So you can see at the moment, if we go into my champions, sorry. So you can see the ones with the big arrows on them. They're all ones where basically they're maxed out. If I go to upgrade them, so I need a tier 1 basic catalyst to do anything more on her to rank her up. Which is, I just kind of think it's a bit odd. Obviously, game designers have, they have flows of how they want people to play the game, and they don't want people, I guess, just to play the PvP thing. But I guess what we've seen with Clash Royale is that game is just PvP, and that's what people want to play. This game has a single player mode, which is fine. I haven't got a problem with that. Although I guess I always focus towards the PvP because it's a bit quicker. You don't get locked in these missions where you're going on and on. And it takes time to kind of unlock everything, and much more a sit down 20-minute, 30-minute session, and you're probably going to run out of energy doing that. And so the main flow, I think, of how people play this game is PvP, and yet the rewards for it are just so disproportionately bad. Unless you don't feel like the game's rewarding you for that. And I think that's kind of something that we'll see more of with the success of Clash Royale, is game designers having to think, okay, I've got a flow in mind for how I want people to play through this game, and how I want them to retain and monetize, and obviously energy systems kind of kick you out and get you back in a kind of routine. They kind of want that frequency. But players will play in a certain way, and particularly the more options you give them. So this actually has story quests, event quests, versus, and plus the alliance stuff. So there's quite a lot of different options in there. So generally people go for the in user experience testing, people will go for the easiest, quickest one, which is play versus. But that's the least rewarded one. So in a sense, the thing I want to do in the game is the thing the game rewards me least for, which then makes me go, well, I'll go off and play another game. So I'm not saying at all that this is a bad game. This is a game I've not spent any money on it actually, but I've spent a lot of time on. Been playing it for months on a regular basis. But you always feel like it could be more enjoyable. The experience could be more enjoyable, and I think that's something that developers have spent a lot of time on. The mechanics of retention, how people get people come back to the game, kind of the whole kind of day 1, day 7, day 30 retention. Obviously, heavily linked to that monetization, how you make money off people. Particularly, the majority of people don't spend money anyway, or don't spend a significant amount of money. So how you can use incentivized video ads or other ways of monetizing them. But fundamentally, I think the user experience is really what's going to be the focus, or should be the focus, for people making free-to-play games now, because it is all games as a service, and games as a service doesn't just mean you make the game you want and then you put in some events and things like that. That's what it kind of has been up to this point. But now I think it's going to be much more seamless, holistic, we could say, integration of how a game as a service runs, and looking at how people are playing the game, and linking those two things together and changing that service. So the service that the developers wanted to give at the beginning may not be, they may realise, I'm sure for most games they will realise, that's not exactly the service that the players want, and those two things have to change to be a successful game. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this kind of free-to-play analysis. So we do quite a lot of different types of analysis now. We do have our first-time user experience, basically playing through the tutorials. We spend a bit more for some games looking at monetizations specifically. So if that's the kind of thing that you like and you're interested in free-to-play mobile games, please do subscribe and you won't miss a thing. Hopefully you'll find some games that you will find interesting. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.